Ahsoka doing lightsaber twists in space, Wren learning from the Jedi in the goofy way with the helmet, and very little of Baylon Skroll. No! Pop Tot, what did you think of episode 3, the filler episode?
Well, I'm going to get out my soapbox real quick and just do a real quick, couple minute rant and say that this episode embodies what's wrong with the entertainment industry right now. It is a very small episode. It is part of an 8-episode run.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have a lot of context to it in my mind. What should have been a movie has been cut up into several episodes. I just know that this is what's wrong with it. If you're going to make a season, make it more than 8 episodes. Give us more content and give us more of an episode. It was 37 minutes long. It was short.
No. He's got a point.
I like the episode, of course. I think they're missing a thing with Sabine Wren and Ahsoka. They're trying to make, you can make a Jedi.
The Force resides in all living things, even you.
If that's true, then why doesn't everyone use it?
Out of a non-Jedi. And I know that there's the wills, the Order of the Wills that proves that.
All your trials you have faced have been our doing.
But I think they're missed an opportunity because Sabine Wren is a Mandalorian.
I wanted to stop it. I had to stop it. I spoke out. I spoke out to save them.
And she knows how to fight. She's not an idiot. So
Right.
I think they should have made them more like partners where they were teaching each other rather than this, I'm going to teach you how to be a Jedi, but you're just not going to have the ability to use the Force.
You're joking.
I think my problem with these short seasons, and this is something we've talked about in Strange New Worlds, is when you do 10 or 8 episodes, you really got to hit it home. And especially when, and this is a huge debate versus binging or weekly releases, is this would be perfect in a binge model. But as a week release, I'm like, I don't really know that it did a whole lot. I mean, they got to the planet they had to get to and all that, but the first literally 10 minutes is spent with kind of Ahsoka training Sabine, and it just didn't really work for me. I was glad that they avoided the whole throw on the shield helmet and, let's hit the blaster thing. There wasn't a whole lot going on here, and I did really enjoy the action that we did get and the whole brought back to A New Hope and all that, but it was just okay for me, I guess. And,
what the fuck are you talking about?
There are parts that I liked. I liked the space battle, what looked like World War II style fighter planes, and they're surrounding Ahsoka's ship like a bomber. I liked that you got to see Mon Mothma.
Hera, allow me a moment to speak with my colleagues.
Although I did have a huge problem with that entire scene. That was very frustrating. I don't understand the lack of reaction or proactiveness from the New Republic.
Isn't this just another attempt to gain New Republic resources?
In terms of making sure the Empire doesn't come back. I mean, this is not hearsay. This is actual fact.
I see no enemy. The Imperial fleet is scattered and broken. They have no centralized command.
Unless Thrawn returns.
Make your point.
We have fact that this is what they're trying to do, is bring back Thrawn, and everybody was just kind of ignoring Hera and saying that she basically was trying to
gain New Republic resources to aid in what has ultimately been your personal quest to find Ezra Bridger.
My thought process towards that was that we know that the Empire does come back in the future sequel movies anyway, so maybe this naiveness towards the Empire is kind of explaining how they do come back. But it was just really frustrating, it's not going to happen, you just want Ezra back. And it's like, no, this is real. We have tangible proof.
I did like Hera more in this episode. I liked her character. I liked her standing her ground. She was more Hera-esque to me.
Were you ever in the war, Senator?
No.
I didn't like that they decided to show Jason. I don't know why. We talked about it last week that they didn't talk about it. Now they're talking about it. But I realized in this episode, I had bitched about it in the last episode we talked about it, is how clean or how nice her uniform was. And then I saw Ahsoka's space uniform, her space. Yeah. I don't think they understand that these should be a little aged, a little worn out, a little, space is dirty. And
there's a comment in the last video that said something about it's because it's in peacetime and that's why they look so clean. And so maybe maybe that could explain it, but I do agree that there should be a bit of like a used element to it. I mean, we still wear our clothes, like even if you clean something over and over, it's still gonna have this kind of used look, not like it's just fresh off the dresser's, coat rack or whatever. I think there was something missing for me too during Sabine's failure at training, and we got to see kind of Ahsoka's struggles with it, which I do kind of like that Ahsoka's basically having a hard time trusting somebody else and like a partner. I feel like it's too safe as to why, and it's obviously because of Anakin, and I'm surprised they haven't mentioned that.
I suppose you do come from a long line of non-traditional Jedi.
Yang says something to her about,
Jedi Order would not have accepted her. She is not an acceptable candidate.
Ahsoka fired back saying,
by their standards.
And I'm surprised Ahsoka didn't say, well, I'm not a Jedi either.
The Jedi Order is your life. You can't just throw it away like this. Ahsoka, you are making a mistake.
Maybe.
Because she walked away, and I was like, is it because it was a callback that maybe people that didn't watch Clone Wars didn't know?
But I have to sort this out on my own. Without the Council. And without you.
I don't know. I just thought that was kind of odd to me, but, I digress.
Yeah, the episode it was too short. It didn't have, they found the hyperspace ring, and you got to see Purgal, the space whales that can go into hyperspace, which is kind of cool to see those in real life. And you got to see Ray Stevenson's Baylon Skroll for like 2 minutes, and he did the awkward stare into the screen.
Smell the fart acting.
Yeah, no, he sent the group on to go find the Jedi in the woods.
Which I got a lot of like old Japanese samurai vibes from those, like when they had like the red trees with the smoke. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, which I thought we were gonna kind of take advantage of that, but I guess that's for another episode.
We established that Baylon Skroll is, the baddie in this, so I was kind of hoping we'd see more of him, but it just didn't happen. It was too short of an episode.
Right. We don't understand what his motives are, and I was trying to base like what was going off on his face, and I'm like, is he not wanting to fight Ahsoka? Is he worried about Ahsoka? Does he know about who her master was? Because obviously he was some sort of Jedi at one time. So
it's in the trailer. He actually says Anakin spoke of you or something, so he knows.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
Overall, what would you rate the third episode of Ahsoka?
I'd give it a C. It's Star Wars. Like I always say, I'm always going to watch a Star Wars show. I don't care if it's Solo or Andor. I'll watch it. I always enjoy it. It was kind of a letdown because it was just so short. It didn't really make any progress to me.
Yeah.
For an 8-episode run, we've got 5 episodes now to figure out this Thrawn thing. I don't know.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to go with probably a C as well. I think I really did enjoy the space battle. I like that there was kind of this World War II dogfighting element to it that you brought up, and Ahsoka going out in space and basically fighting was kind of neat. But, I mean, outside of going to this planet, there wasn't a whole lot there, and I feel like the first 15 minutes really did nothing to push the episode. You had the first 8 minutes, I think, was Sabine Wren training, and then after that you had Hera basically doing this political thing, which I like the political intrigue of Star Wars, but there was just nothing of interest there.
Thrawn is not your typical Imperial officer. I know because I fought against him.
Like you said, this is a problem that we've seen in every Star Wars show that's come out of the live action era, is that it just feels like kind of just filler. And I don't understand why.
It's legitimately just like Kenobi. You could cut this down to a 2 hour 45-minute movie, and it would probably immensely make it better.
Oh yeah, easily. But yeah, I'm hoping episode 4 is better. But did you guys like this episode? Are we a little too harsh on it, or maybe do we need to be more harsh on it? Please let us know. Please comment down below. It means the world to us, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, Tots.